Hello, today is Wednesday, October 13th, 2022. I think October 20. And I'm going to read this short article before I leave for work. This one is Lake Superior State University. Traditions. 2022 Banished Words List. 1. Wait, what? 2. No worries. 3. At the end of the day. 4. That being said. 5. Asking for a friend. 6. Circle back. 7. Deep dive. 8. New normal. 9. You are on mute. 10. Supply chain. 2022 Banished Words List Press Release. December 31st, 2021. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Mass communication, miscommunication. If you are going to turn to the vernacular to make yourself known, be sure you are accurate and concise. Avoid error in an exploitation of everyday language. In short, to the opposite of what the public and the media did this year. The irked and amused from around the country and across the world sent that mock serious message in their entries for Lake Superior State University's annual tongue-in-cheek banished words list. LSSU announces the results of the yearly compendium on December 31st to start the new year on the right foot. Or tone, on the right foot. Start a new foot. There are a lot of good expressions. To start the new year on the right foot or tone. To start the new year on the right foot. Compendium. We saw compendium. Okay, compendium. What is compendium? Let's find out what is compendium. I forgot. Compendium, like a accompanying attachment. Compendiums.
Compendium.
Summary, inventory, list of contents. Summary, inventory, list of contents. Compendium, plural, compendia. Compendium is comprehensive collection of information and analysis pertaining to a body of knowledge. A compendium may concisely summarize a large work. In most cases, the body of knowledge will concern a specific field of human interest or endeavor. For example, hydrogeology, logology, ichthyology, and phytosociology or myrmecology, while a general encyclopedia can be referred to as compendium of all human knowledge. Great. So there was compendium, extensive list of summary, inventory, list of contents. So let's go back. Yes, let's go back and here. And irked, amused. Common parlance dominated the submissions for the past 12 months. More than 1,000 of the 1,250 plus nominations of words and terms for banishment, for misuse, overuse, and uselessness for 2022 were colloquial. Colloquial, not written, not on grammar based, colloquial, just for daily conversation. The number one offender, wait, what? These two four-letter words should not go together under any circumstances, according to many nominators and the contest judges from the LSSU English department, because the two-part halting interrogative is disingenuous, divergent, deflective, and other damning words that begin with the letter D. Really? are the damning words that begin with the letter D. Most people speak through informal discourse. Most people shouldn't misspeak through informal discourse. What? Most people speak through informal discourse. Most people shouldn't misspeak through informal discourse. That's the distinction nominators far and wide made, and our judges agreed with them, said Peter Satsmary, Executive Director of Marketing and Communications at LSSU. Also, 7 of the 10 words and terms that LSSU banished last year reflected real-world concerns about COVID-19, while 3 could be categorized as quotidian. What is quotidian? Let's go back to the dict box and quotidian. Quotation, quotidian, sorry, quotidian. Quotation and common, ordinary, recurring every day about attacks of disease. Quotidian.
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 Daily occurrence, fever, or illness that occurs daily. Quotidian, 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 quotidians. Totally different meaning than I expected. This year, as the global pandemic persists, along with adaptations to it, the inverse occurred. 7 of the 10 words and terms to be banished are more conversational-based, colloquial, with the other 3 applying to the coronavirus, he added. One possible takeaway from all this about the act and art and science of disclosing something is more things change, the more things stay the same. At the very least, it is complicated. What one possible takeaway from all this about the act and art and science of disclosing something is the more things change, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Okay, I thought stay the same. The more things change, the more things stay the same. At the very least, it is complicated. At the very least. There are a lot of good terms here. LSSU has compiled an annual banished words list since 1976 to uphold, protect, and support excellence in language by encouraging avoidance of words and terms that are overworked, redundant, oxymoronic, cliched, illogical, nonsensical, and otherwise ineffective, baffling, and irritating. Over the decades, LSSU has received tens of thousands of nominations for the list, which now totals more than 1,000 entries. Examples of the winners, or should that be losers, to make the yearly compilation: Titante, Surely, Classic, Bromance, and COVID-19, plus Wrap My Head Around, User-Friendly. At this point in time, not so much. At this point in time, not so much. And viable alternative. The banished words list has become such a cultural phenomenon that comedian George Carlin submitted an entry that made the annals in 1994. Bada boom, bada bing, made the annals. This year, nominations came from most major U.S. cities and many U.S. states, on top of Norway, Belgium, England, Scotland, Australia, and numerous provinces in Canada. Here are the list of the banished words and terms for 2022 and the reasons for their banishment. What? Number one, wait, what? Most frequently found in text or on social media, this ubiquitous imperative question is a failed response to statement to express astonishment, misunderstanding, and or disbelief. Explained a wordsmith. I hate it, added another, because the command query is an inexact method to convey the utterer's uncertainty or surprise. I don't want to wait either. Continue the second impassioned nominator. Misuse and overuse. Misuse and overuse. The utterers. Wait, what? 2. No worries, nominated by writers nationwide for misuse and overuse. This phrase incorrectly substitutes for you are welcome when someone says thank you. A further bungling relates to insensitivity. If I am not worried, I don't want anyone telling me not to worry. Contributor explicated. A contributor explicated. Plicate means string. X means untangle the tangled string. So explaining. Explicated. If I am upset, I want to discuss being upset. Despite its meaninglessness, the term is recommended to emailers by Google Assistant. No worries. 3. At the end of the day, 20 plus years after original banishment of this phrase in 1999, the day still isn't over for this misused, overused, and useless expression. Many times things don't end at the end of the day, or even the ramifications of whatever is happening observed a stage. Others consider a day an imprecise measure. Today, present times, banishment in 1999, overused synopsis of a conversation or debate, often by politicians and pundits. At the end of the day, like Obama used this expression a lot, if I remember correctly. 4. That being said, nominators cited this phrase as a verbal filler, redundant justification, and pompous posturing. For instance, however, or but, even that said does the job as a transition instead of the wordiness. Go ahead and say what you want already, demanded one entrant. Participant, submitter, entrant. That being said, its usefulness is certainly in doubt, as a commentator philosophized. At the end of the day, if you will, it already has been. At the end of the day. 5. Asking for a friend. Misuse and overuse through deceit, because the friend is a ruse. This cutesy phrase, often deployed in social media posts in a coy attempt to deter self-identification, isn't fooling anyone. Paraphrasing one sage, once used to avoid embarrassment, as in, do you know a good proctologist? I'm asking for a friend, sometimes an occasional sitcom joke. Now an overused tag with absolutely no relationship to its antecedent. 6. Circle back. Treats colloquy like an ice skating rink, as if we must circle back to our previous location to return to a prior subject. Let's circle back about why to banish this jargon. It's a conversation, not the Winter Olympics, opined a grammarian. grammarian, opined, philosophized, opined, grammarian. The most overused phrase in business, government, or other organizations since synergy, which we banished in 2022 as evasive blanket terminology, and smarty pants puffery, smarty pants, you smarty pants, puffery, circle back, treats colloquy like an ice skating rink. 7. Deep dive. The only time to dive into something is when entering a body of water, not going more in depth into a particular subject or book, admonished a petitioner. Another stipulated that people who float the phrase aren't near pool, lake, ocean, or sea. Thus, rather than dive deeply, they flounder shallowly. Unediting Weeds wondered, do we need deep or does anyone dive into the shallow end? Deep dive. 2022 banished words and terms deriving from COVID-19 matters. 8. New normal. Overuse the catch-all for ways COVID-19 affects humankind, and banishment finalists this year for smaller reasons. Those clamoring for the days of old circa 2019 use this to signal unintentionally that they haven't come to terms with what normal means. A monitor elucidated, after a couple of years, is any of this really new? Another speculated, banished in 2012 for imprudence, defeatism, and apathy stemming from social missteps. 9. You are on mute. People switched from in-person exchanges to virtual meetings to follow the social distancing protocol of COVID-19, and the unwitting deafening silence happens on both sides of the camera. Overuse and uselessness then due to inaptitude. A discerning submitter encapsulated the issue. We are 2 years into remote working and visiting. It's time for everyone to figure out where the mute button is. Or as Quipster summarized, hello, hello. 10. Supply chain. World watchers notice the frequent, unfortunate appearance of this phrase toward the end of this year as the coronavirus persisted. It's become automatically included in the reporting of consumer goods shortages or perceived shortages. In other words, a buzzword, concluded one analyst, supply chain issues have become the scapegoat of everything that doesn't happen or arrive on time, and of every shortage noticed another. The adverse result, overuse ad nauseam. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Can't get any easier or harder than that, said LSSU President Dr. Rodney S. Henley. Every year, submitters play hard at suggesting what words and terms to banish by paying close attention to what humanity utters and writes. Taking a deep dive at the end of the day and then circling back make perfect sense. Wait, what? Past press releases post archive submit a word to banish for 2023. Well, this article is very pun-rich, good insight. I didn't know that the LSSU does a perfect job of banishing words. Their English department must be an excellent department in the USA. Nice job, Mr. Stanley or Henley. What's your name? Henley. It doesn't matter what your name is. I was just joking. Thanks for this precious article. Good job. Now I have to go to new normal to work for my money. And I have to deep dive into my work, grinding my nose. And that being said, I'm happy that I still hold on to my job. Take care. Bye bye.